Hi and welcome to my channel. So today we have another problem on SAS. So problem is for each customer calculate the difference between their first and last order amount. Output the dataset customer gap with customer ID and days difference. So in this problem we have one dataset called order, and in this order dataset we have customer ID, order date and order amount. And what we have to do is basically we have to find the difference between the first order and the last order, and in the output we want customer ID and the difference amount. Okay, so this is the problem. So I hope this problem is clear. So now let's see how we can solve this problem. So first let's try to because we want to find out the difference between first order and the last order. So for that what we can do is first let's try to figure out what are the first orders and what are the last orders. So for that what we can do is we can use either first dot or last dot options in SAS to separate out the first order details and the last order details. And to do this the first thing that we have to do is we have to sort the data by customer ID and order date. So we are doing proc sort of data order by customer ID and order date. Run. So let's run this. So now we have the data set sorted, and every first row for each customer is the first ordered, and second row for each customer is the second last order. So let's try to separate these first order and last order in two different data sets. To do this, let's create two data sets with the name first and last, and set this initial order data set by customer ID and if first dot customer ID, then output to first dataset, and if last dot customer ID, then output to last dataset. Run. So let's run this. Okay, so now we have the two datasets. First dataset that contains the first order of details, and the last dataset which contains the last order details. And also because in the final output we want customer ID and the difference between these amounts, so let's also drop this order date. And also do one more thing, let's rename this order amount to last amount for this last dataset, and first amount for this first dataset. So to do this we can directly do this in here. So we can drop this extra dataset. So drop of order date, and similarly we can do the same from this dataset, drop of order date. And also we have to rename this. So rename equal to order amount to order underscore amount to, we can rename this to F amount, first amount. And similarly we can do the rename for the next also, this last dataset, and in this we can say that order amount equal to last amount. So let's run this. Now you can see we have two different datasets, first dataset and the last dataset. In this we have first amount and last amount. So in the next step what we can do is we can merge these two datasets by customer ID. So let's also do this. So data, we can say final, and we can merge them, merge of first last by customer ID, and run. So when we will do this merge, we will get the first amount and last amount in the same dataset. And now what we have to do is we have to subtract this last amount with the first amount, so and create the amount column. So to do this we can simply apply a simple formula, which is amount equal to last amount minus first amount. Let's run this. Okay, so now we have this amount column, and because at the end in the final data set we just need this customer ID and amount column, we don't want this extra first amount and last amount column. So we can also do one more thing, we can drop these two extra columns, and also using the proc print we can print this data set, final data set. So let's also use proc print data equal to final and run. So let's run this, and you can see by using this we can find out the difference between the first order and last order for each customer, and this is how we can solve this problem. Okay, and I hope this problem is very clear to you. So initially what we have done is we have used first and last dot and separate out the first order and last order details in two different data sets. Then we have merged them using customer ID, and we have simply then applied the simple formula, which is amount equal to last amount minus first amount, to create this amount column, and also dropping the extra variables that we don't want. And just by simple proc print, at the end we are printing this final output data set. Okay, so I hope this is clear, and this is how we can solve this problem, and going forward I'll be solving more problems on my channel. So if you like my video, or if you want more notifications whenever I am going to upload any video, please do like, subscribe my channel, and thank you, bye bye.